Hello, everyone. I'm Gaudet from the American Cancer Society. How about I tell you about a story about how we're making cancer research advances in months rather than years compared to just a few years ago. Machine learning is impacting cancer research across the continuum of cancer. Today, I want to tell you about a recent breast cancer project that leverages the American Cancer Society's long-term investment in cancer data resources together in partnership with Slalom and Google Cloud. For over a century, the American Cancer Society has dedicated its mission to preventing cancer, saving lives, and diminishing suffering from cancer through research, advocacy, education, and service. As the Strategic Director of Breast Cancer Research at the American Cancer Society, I lead a portfolio of research in cancer prevention and prognosis. The more we learn about breast cancer, the more we understand it's more than just one disease. So my colleagues and I have dedicated our careers to better understanding the risk factors for all types of breast cancer so that we can advance prevention and treatment of different types of breast cancer using personalized prevention and treatment approaches. As cancer researchers, we share a common problem with many of you. That is, we have a wealth of data around us from many diverse sources, but it's really understanding how can we yield new insights into this data. Data must be collected, standardized, and analyzed so that the results can be interpretable and useful. In our case, we had over 20 years of lifestyle data and cancer tissue specimens from women who were diagnosed in the American Cancer Society's Cancer Prevention Study 2, which is one of the largest cancer research projects in the US. Slides from these tissue samples, such as the ones that you can see held here, can provide new insights about breast cancer, but the challenge is how to identify and use clues beyond what a pathologist can see under a microscope, so that we can gain new insights into the different types of breast cancer. Last fall, we initiated a collaboration with machine learning experts at Slalom and Google Cloud to unlock breast cancer insights from the breast tissue samples themselves. So a first step, and one important perhaps to your organization, is to understand each other's language and tools. I don't speak fluent computerese, and my colleagues at Slalom don't speak epidemiology. But it's important that we understand each other's perspective and insights. Working together, we overcame barriers with the slides themselves. So there's a lot of variability in the quality of the slides, as well as the variability in the color and artifacts such as the blue ink that you can see at the bottom there. From there, we tiled the images to improve computational efficiency and applied unsupervised machine learning at scale using ML Engine. And this helped us to identify patterns in the tissue images that you can see here, colored by the different colors to represent the different patterns that were detected in the tissue images. And so some of these patterns that we detected were similar to what the pathologist sees under the slide, such as differences in the cell center caused by the cancer, among other features. Finally, we group these tiles based on these different patterns into groups, and it would take a team of pathologists years to identify these patterns. Even then, each of those pathologists may not be able to do this consistently, but a machine learning algorithm learned and identified these patterns without any bias that humans bring, and also far exceeded the pace of a pathology team. So any good scientist first checks the quality control of their data. So the first step was to examine what these different groups might represent from what we know from the clinic. And in fact, one of these groups showed us how the fat cells in the different cancers, as you can see from the box in the blue. But other groups brought up patterns that we didn't expect, which is one of the benefits of using an unsupervised approach. So in the past few months, we've been matching these clusters with other data, surveys completed by these women over the past 20 years, before and after they were diagnosed with breast cancer, and we're looking at these clinical data, their lifestyles, and other exposures over their lifetime. And with these data, we hope to better understand how to prevent different types of breast cancer and identify the characteristics of the most deadly of the breast cancer types. Our ultimate goal is to provide individualized recommendations for cancer prevention, early detection, and treatment. At the American Cancer Society, we, like you, are passionate about our success and what it means for the world. And like you, we feel the urgency in our mission, the need to garner insights from the data around us, and then to act, to give patients years rather than months. So finally, I'd like to thank Slalom and Google for moving us closer to this goal in ways that we couldn't have imagined even just a few years ago. Thank you.